Hoot. All right, welcome to Thursday night class. So we are going to tune in. We're going to warm the body. We're going to start to get the prana flowing. We're going to do a really fun set tonight. That's this Aerobic Har, and I'll explain a little bit more about the pronunciation. And then we're going to do a very nice little Kriya. That's the Kriya to experience your original self. So we're going to do that aerobic portion first, kind of get everything stirred up, but then we're going to do this really nice Kriya to experience the original self and then have a nice savasana. So we tune in. It's something that I hadn't been doing, but I really wanted to start adding into the class. The reason we tune in, I liken it to sort of striking a bell, that we want to start the vibratory process. We want to start vibrating the container of the body in a way that really opens us up to these sort of internal improvements. And the way we do that is what's called the Adi Mantra. It's Ang Namo Guru Dev Namo. And the Ang, you sort of like push the tongue forward along the roof of your mouth. Ang. And as that tongue hits the front of your mouth, you're going to feel it vibrating the forehead. And then we do the Namo. You're going to feel that vibrating the heart. Guru Dev. And whenever we say Guru, we don't say we don't do the R in the back of the mouth. We flick the tongue in the front of the mouth. Guru. And Guru is not a person. Guru is sort of a good word to encompass that which is indescribable. You might say God, the light and the dark. Guru. Guru Dev Namo. So we're going to rub the hands together. You can get a little heat. You can go up and down. You can go around and round, whatever feels better to your hands. But get focused on that sensation. You can sit in any comfortable position. You can even be in a chair as long as the chair doesn't have any arms on it, or like on an ottoman, or slightly elevated on a folded blanket or a cushion. Let's press the thumbs to the sternum, close the eyes. And the first thing I want you to do is simply turn your attention downward and inward. Turn your attention away from your thinking and into your feeling. Notice your breathing. Start to use the belly to breathe. Take a moment to drop the shoulders down the back, lift the sternum up into the thumbs. Take a moment to put some space between your back teeth, relaxing your lower jaw. And take a moment to bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows. We turn the eyes upward and inward. Anytime the eyes are closed, unless I say otherwise, we want to develop this habit of focusing into this meditative space, this third eye space. Now take a deeper breath in. Suspend the breath for a moment. Hold the breath for a moment. And exhale. And a deep breath in. And this time, when you suspend the breath, I want you to squeeze the root lock. Mulabandh, we call it, root lock. The base of the body, the anus, the sex organs, and the navel point. Pulling, contracting, upward, inward. Now exhale. Deep breath in. Pull the root lock upward, inward. Lift the chest, shoulder blades down. You feel like a proud warrior. Exhale. Big breath in. Suspend, squeeze the root lock, chest is up, tip of the tongue pressing the roof of the mouth just behind your front teeth. Exhale, let's do that 2 more times. So we're developing this habit, deep breath in, suspend, squeezing the root lock, feeling that still center of the body. Feel that stillness in your core. Third eye gaze. Exhale, last time. Exhale. And get ready to tune in. So deep breath in. Just be still. Notice the effect of that sound vibration. All right. Let's see, let me get myself back on full screen there. All right, so let's get the body warmed up and ready to go. We're gonna put the hands on the thighs. We're gonna start with Sufi grind today, the pepper grinder. You wanna keep the chin and the head level. You're gonna make a nice little circle around the hips. Inhale as you move to the front, exhale as you move to the back. And hit the mute on the bottom left of your screen. So let's close the eyes, bring the attention inward. We're stirring the lower part of the spine, stirring the pot, getting things moving. Feel the way your tailbone makes a nice little circle. Shoulders relaxed. And let's go the other way. Still inhaling as you move to the front, exhaling as you move to the back. Stirring the lower energy centers. So much of what we do at the beginning of class is just about starting to move the energy upward. You know, we live on this planet with gravity that pulls downward all day. So we are reversing that pull. Inner gaze, third eye space. And one time around in the original direction. Come to the center, nice deep breath in. Suspend that breath, squeeze the root lock nice and strong. Chest is up and out, shoulders down, and exhale. Hands a little further up the legs, and we're going to simply lift the sternum, the breastbone, towards the underside of the chin. Shoulder blades squeeze down and in, and exhale, sink it in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Close the eyes. Closing the eyes so that we're focused on the experience and we're not wasting any of the mind on what's before our eyes. Just turning that inner gaze, third eye space. Head is level. You might feel a small motion in the hips, but we're focused on the upper spine, chest flex. Inhale and suspend, deep breath in, lift, lift, lift. And release. Okay. Let's bring the hands up to the shoulders for spinal twist. You're going to inhale to your left, exhale to your right. Now it's helpful to hold a little bit of a root lock as you do this because it steadies the lower spine. So we're not moving in the hips. We don't want to rock around in our seat. Just a twist from the waist up. Inhale left, exhale right. Go. The more you lift your chest, the more your shoulders can relax in this position. Hold to the center, deep breath. Suspend the breath, chest is up, squeeze the root lock, steady the gaze. Keep your eyes closed as you relax the arms down. Just sit quietly for a moment. Notice what's different. All right. We're going to do just a little bit of breath of fire. We're not going to do aura charge today, but we're going to be doing more breath of fire later on. So right now, just to get tapped into that pranic pump, that navel point, let's do Gyan Mudra. This is the mudra of knowledge. We bring it to the lap, palms up. Every time we exhale, just below the belly button, in. So every time the breath goes out the nose, the inhale sort of takes care of itself. We don't have to really think about the inhale, but make sure the inhale and the exhale are even, usually about 1 second each. Some people like to go a little faster. Some people like to go a little slower. Keep that inner gaze steady. Close down the eyes. Nice deep breath in. Breath of fire. I like to think of this sometimes like if I was warming up my car and I was going vroom, vroom, vroom on the gas pedal, circulating the fuel, getting the engine warm. We're working that pranic pump. We're circulating the prana. We're getting the system warm. Keep going. We're going to be going for a full 3 minutes here, so just enjoy it. Now, if you're new to Breath of Fire, this might get a little fatiguing. You can slow it down or even go to a long, slow, deep breath if you need to. You can always take a few full breaths, relax a moment, come back into it. The more you work on this, the easier it gets because you sort of know what to expect. Keep the inner gaze very steady. If you find the mind is wandering, use the mantra Sat Nam. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. It'll focus the mind. It'll carry you through. Keep up. You're in your last minute. Steady third eye gaze. Last little bit, go for it. Strengthen that breath even more. Now inhale, reach both arms up overhead, stretch your fingers, suspend the breath, squeeze the root lock, hold that center of yourself strongly, tightly, lovingly. Stillness, stillness, stillness. Sweep the arms down. Okay. So we're going to straddle the legs out. I'm going to come off my bolster, but if you're tight in the hamstrings, you might want to stay up. You want your toes up and kind of push the heels out. Inhale to the center, exhale, turn to one leg and go down. Now we're only going down as far as we can without rounding. So it's not about bringing your nose to your knees. It's not about touching the leg. It's not even about grabbing the foot. It's keeping a nice long spine. I always think about the lower part of the body touching the leg first. So you want to progressively go down. Inhale, exhale, Sat Nam, go.
Guru, Guru, Waheguru, Guru, from dusk to Guru,
Keep the toes up and the heels pressed out.
Guru, Guru, Waheguru,
Big full breaths.
Guru, Guru, Waheguru, Guru Ram Das Guru. Guru, Guru, Waheguru.
Remember to come really square on that in-breath.
From dusk to Guru, Guru, Waheguru, Guru Ram Das Guru, Guru, Waheguru, Guru
All right, hold to the center. Inhale, lengthen. Really pull up. Now take the legs just a little bit wider. See if you can get like a ½ inch, an inch further out either side. Continue. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Helps to keep the eyes up as if you're trying to look over your toes. 30 more seconds. Big full breath. And center, inhale, lift, 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 lift. Suspend the breath. Exhale, just lean it forward to the degree that you can. And give those legs a little shake, bring them on in. You can go back up on your bolster if you'd like. Anytime you feel like your hips need the relief, bolster yourself up. All right, let's take the shoulders and we're gonna go inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Close the eyes. We'll be switching to both shoulders at the same time, but right now just single shoulder. Sit very tall. Remember, we're letting go. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, let go. Let that shoulder fall down. Inner gaze, third eye space. All right, both shoulders. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep your sternum up. A little heat is a good thing. Keep up. All right, big inhale, squeeze, 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 real tight, tight, tight. Suspend the breath, root lock is strong, navel is in, gaze is steady. Sink the shoulders down. Good, now lengthen the back of your neck, tuck the chin, let the head fall forward. Bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. All the way around now. If you know you have problems with your neck, you want to just stay to the front. Otherwise, we're doing a full, delicious neck roll. Inhale when the head goes back. Exhale when the head goes forward. Open your mouth slightly. Let your tongue relax. Let your jaw relax.
From dusk to dawn.
Doesn't have to be big to feel good. Just this should feel nice. Let's go the other way. Inhale back, exhale front. You'll always know if you're trying to go too big with a neck roll because you'll feel the shoulders creep upwards slightly. So the shoulders want to be down and relaxed the whole time, sternum slightly up. Inhale back, exhale front, jaw relaxed. One time around in your original direction. And then bring your head up. And inhale to your left shoulder, exhale to your right shoulder. Very slow. Inhale left, exhale right. Just really notice this most vital joint. Tip of the spine where it enters the back of the skull. You can feel that rotation. Just be aware of it, give it a little love. You want to go all the way to where the sort of the edge is. How far can you turn that chin? Inhale left, exhale right. A few more times. And center. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Suspend the breath. Steady the gaze. Tip of the tongue. Navel is in. Root lock is strong. Exhale. Do that 2 more times. Nice deep breath in. Root lock. Chest up. Exhale, last time. And exhale. Okay. So I'm going to have to move the camera, but let me explain what's going to happen next. We're going to be standing up. This is vigorous, and we're going to be using this mantra. It's spelled H-A-R, har, but we don't go har in the back. It's not har like car. We actually use the tongue against the roof of the mouth, and it sounds a little more like hud. So it's hud, 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 hud. You want to like give the tongue a little snapperoo and let it hit the underside of the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. So we're going to be starting with 8 claps of the hands overhead, hada, 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 8 of them. Then we're going to bend at the waist and we're going to be slapping the floor nice and strongly. 8, hada, 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 8 of those. Coming back up, we're going to do 8 pats of the air. So it's arms out and it's like 6 inches. Almost like you're bouncing big basketballs or something. Just pat the air 8 times. And then we're going to do what I call crisscross. So your arms are going to be crisscrossing and your feet are going to also be crisscrossing. Now, if you have bad knees and you don't want to jump, what you can do is do 1 leg at a time. But I highly recommend just do a little hop in and out, 8 of them. And then we're going to do archer, which again, strong arms, thumbs up, the right foot forward, left foot back. And we're going to kind of lean into it, hada, hada, 8 on the right, 8 on the left. crisscross. Then we're going to extend and lean back. Hara, 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 8 of those. Crisscross. And to end it, 4 to one side. Hara, hara, hara. 4 to the other side. And then we do it again. We're going to go through the whole thing 5 times. So let me adjust this camera. Actually, I think I'm going to set it up there. Yeah. Okay, so make sure I'm not going to trip on anything. Here we go. So starting with overhead, everything is done with like some a little oomph, a little vigor. So here we go. Hada, 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 hud, 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 hud. Do it again. Clap. Hud, 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 hud. Slap the floor. Hud, 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 hud. Pat the air. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Archer. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Use your navel on those huds. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Side to side. Hud, 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 hud. Do it again. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Archer. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Back. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Side to side. Hud, 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 hud. From the top. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Hud, 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 hud. From the top. Hud, hud, hud. Come on, dig in. We can do this. Slap the floor. Keep up. Hud, 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 hud. Use that navel. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Overhead. Hud, 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 hud. Crisscross. Hud, 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 hud. Side to side. Hud, 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 hud. Last time. Go. pause. Hud, 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 archer. Hud, 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 hud. Use that navel. Hud, 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 hud. Overhead. Hud, 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 lift. And hang down a moment. Woo. Good stuff. Whew. All right, let's just do a few little pranic sweeps here. Inhale, bend the knees, exhale. Inhale, distribute this, exhale. Inhale, knees are soft. Yeah. Man, that's better than coffee. That'll get you going. Last time. And sweep down. Okay. Coming back down to the floor. So we're going to be seated for a little bit. Again, you might want your bolster. Move my camera back here. All right. Sometimes I like those and Kriyas that we're in the middle of it, you're thinking like, this is hard, I can't do it. But often it's the mantra that will carry you through. And if that felt challenging today, if doing the hottest, you know, if it was just up in your mouth, it's actually way harder than if you tap into that pranic pump and hut, hut, hut. You know, this is why karate people do the, ah! You know, this is why men running into battle, ah! You know, it's like this is where that third chakra, I mean, this is where we get our go energy from. So when you really use that hut, and you really tap into it, it'll carry you through that, even if you did more than 5 rounds of it. Okay, let me grab a little sip of water. So we're going to do a really sweet Kriya to experience the original you. And Yogi Bhajan said, if you practice this set for 120 days, you will gain great vitality, personal excellence, and a new concept of who you are. So that's kind of a nice thing at the beginning of it. We're still close enough to the new year that I can, you know, it's something maybe to try this year if you did this every day for 120 days, or even do it every day for 10 days and see what's different. I always encourage people to have a sense of curiosity and a sense of adventure. You try something, you see how it feels. If you feel great at the end of the class, do it again. If you notice even just taking 3 of those deep breaths and suspensions makes you feel better, do it anytime. Don't wait for a class. You know, these are tools that we can carry around in our back pocket and use them at any moment that we feel we need to. Even, you know, that using that pranic pump before you have an important meeting. You could do your breath of fire and get yourself fired up and feel the strength of that navel point before you go into that setting. So these tools are always available to you. Give them a try. So few things happening. Your hands are going to be interlaced and you're going to turn your palms out and you're going to hold them there. Now they're going to be out there for a little while. So I don't want you to jam into it. You know what I mean? Like, be kind about it. The other thing is, if you sink the chest, the shoulders are going to get really tired holding the arms up. Lift the sternum and drop the chest. Okay, try to keep thinking. Every time you notice your shoulders starting to get a little whiny, ask yourself, where is my sternum? And if it started to drop in, lift it back up so that the shoulders can drop down. your gaze is not going to be eyes closed. We're going to be staring down at the tip of the nose. So automatically the eyelids kind of lower and the eyes actually cross. If you have a hard time with that, you can look at your finger and bring it on in. And yeah, it looks a little weird. Sometimes you might see one side of your nose more than the other. Everything else around is a little hazy. And if you're new to this gaze, you will feel a pressure in the forehead. That's very normal. I don't want you to feel like anything is going wrong. This is partly why we have these gazes. So the first thing we're going to be doing is what's called a 1-minute breath. It's not everybody can do a 1-minute breath right out of the gate. A 20-second inhale, 20-second suspension of the breath, 20-second exhale. Okay? We aim for it. If you can't do it today, no big deal. It's not that you're doing it wrong. I'm going to be watching the clock, and I'll let you know when those 20 seconds have ticked by. Tip of the nose gaze, 1-minute breath. We're going to keep the arms out there, and then we're going to simply inhale through the nose and go cannon breath. Like, let it inhale as much as you can, and then poo out the mouth. Let it be a nice loud cannon breath out. We're going to be doing 3 minutes of that. And then lastly, you're going to still have the arms out. We're going to inhale, and you're going to suspend the breath. With the breath suspended, you're going to pump the navel as if you were doing breath of fire, but there's no movement of the air. So it's an inhale, and then pump, 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 until you can't hold the breath any longer, and then exhale, and then inhale, suspend the breath, pump, 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 exhale. When we reach the very end 3 times, we're going to kind of stretch into this a little bit more, and cannon breath out. And then we are going to do a nice little thing at the end, again, to kind of distribute the energy. Okay? So interlace your fingers, turn the palms out. Bring the arms up, get the tip of the nose, gaze. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale completely. And let's start with the 1-minute breath. Let me just start my clock over again here so it works better. So an inhale, slow, take your time. Suspend. Exhale very slow. Continue. Again, you may not do a full 1-minute breath, 20 second, 20 second, 20 second. Just do your best. Tip of the nose gaze.
If you know yourself, who do you think you are? Do you know yourself?
Tip of the nose gaze, eyes are down.
Do you know everything? Do you think you know everything? Do you have to know everything? We don't know nothing. We don't know anything.
Last 15 seconds like this.
Who do you think you are?
Tip of the nose gaze.
Do you know your soul?
Now deep inhale through the nose, cannon breath out.
Do you know it? Do you know your soul? Do you know your soul?
Tip of the nose.
Do you know your soul?
Chest up. Tip of the nose. Chest up, shoulders down. Last 10 seconds of this. The arms are going to stay up. Now inhale, suspend your breath, pump the navel with the breath held still until you can't hold the breath any longer, and just gently exhale and repeat. Tip of the nose gaze. Vigorous navel pump. It's upward and inward. Keep up, you're almost there. Tip of the nose gaze. Chest up. In your last minute. Tip of the nose gaze, keep it steady. Deep breath in, really press now, suspend the breath, push into those cannons, suspend the breath, hold, root lock is strong, cannon breath out. 2 more times. One more time. Deep breath in. Root lock is strong. Tip of the nose gaze. Chest up. Steadiness. Cannon breath. Now bring your hands down. Hold your first finger up like you're going, hey, number 1. Clamp down the other fingers with your thumbs. We're going to do quick, small circles to the back. Close down the eyes. And I want you to circle strong enough that the whole spine shakes. Go. Go. This is one of those moments where you're like, this is a little strange, but you're going to feel so good afterward. Go circulate it. Come on, shake that spine. Keep up. Come on. Go for it. Go for it. Got 45 more seconds. Just 45 more seconds. Go. Just circles back. Go. Last little bit, come on. Last little bit, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Last little bit. Take a nice deep breath in. Palms up, hands down on your thighs. Just relax, just settle. Be still. Just be still. Meditative. All right. Come all the way down on the floor for Savasana. So you're going to lay down, palms up at your sides, let your feet flop open. If your back is ever tired, you can lean your knees against each other like a letter A, and that'll relax your back. But ideally, legs out straight, feet flopped open. You may want to cover up, but leave your socks off a little while longer. It's a nice time, though, to cover up with a blanket or just, put your wrap back over you. Eyes are closed. All right. Turn your palms down. Move your fingers, move your toes. And bring the hands and the soles of the feet together. Give them a little rub. And circle the wrists and ankles. Circle the other way. And cat stretch. So hug your right knee in. Send your left leg straight. And then take it across the body. Center. Other side. Take the leg across. And hug the knees in. We're going to rock and roll a few times. Never onto the neck, only to the shoulders. And all the way up. Hands to heart. Close the We're going to seal the practice with 3 long satnams. Satnam being truth is my identity. So take a nice deep breath in. Hang on, I'm trying to, what's that? Here we go. Exhale. Satnam. 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 Satnam, everybody. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. Have a great day. The replay will be up. And the other replays I'm going to be taking down on Monday. This one is going to stay up just for the week. I'm going to try to just leave them up for the week until the next live class. So if you haven't tried some of the other ones, give it a whirl. Have a great evening. Thank you.